Hey fellow itchers and scratchers, welcome to my channel. My name is Melanie and I am the Dandruff Diva, also known as Dee Dee. Today we're going to be talking about my seborrheic dermatitis. This is kind of a tongue twister, so I had to make sure I said it right. I actually suffer from that for a very long time. I have these very large flakes when I scratch out my dandruff, and so on this channel we'll be talking about my hair care regimen, hair care routine, as well as my dandruff issues. What I need to do in order to keep my hair as healthy as I can, being that I do have a serious dandruff issue. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the scratching regimen. So with this, I have to, before I wash my hair, which I wash my hair every single week, I have to go through this scratching process to make sure I get all of the dandruff out of my hair before I start doing the wash. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to start the process with doing the itch. So what you're gonna need is a fine tooth comb like this. I usually use a tail comb, or you can do like a barbershop comb, which something like this will also do. I sometimes also use tweezers, which is sometimes good to lift up the dandruff that is in the hair. And I have my wet brush because even though my hair is dry, the wet brush really is a great detangler. So in the current state of my hair right now, it is blow dried. I do not put any relaxer in the hair. I don't do any, I know that they have this thing where you can do like a hair straighten, which is not a relaxer, a keratin. I do not have a keratin or anything like that in the hair. So what we're gonna do first is I have my great bow in here, but as you can see, the dermatitis is already starting to show. You can already see some on the edges. As I come a little closer, you can see that my dermatitis is serious. So we're gonna take out my bow and I'll just pop it off like this. And what I usually like to do is I like to separate the hair. So when I am ready to separate, I just kind of do a quick, I also have a thick tail comb that I just take half of my hair and I part. Now, even though you can't see the back of my head, I know that I just need to part. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I know that I need to just make sure that I have a part. So half of it up here, I grab a little pin from my little section and I put a pin in the top. And then I have the back that I twist up really quickly, and I grab something like a comb like this and I twist the back. Okay, so now we're ready to do the scratching. So the first part of my scratching, I'm gonna take out the first pin and I'm gonna start at the front. So the first thing I gotta do is get up all this stuff right here so you can start seeing it come up as I take the comb and I just scratch out like that. And as I part the hair in one section, you start seeing, I kind of try and start getting the side I'm gonna do some more parting so you guys can see. You see all of this right here? So I'm gonna take the back and just start pushing it forward. So as I'm making these parts, it's just random. There's no like, you know, there's no part that I'm like, oh, I need to get this. I just randomly part and scratch. This is the section I want to get to first, so I try to do my best to get as much as I can out. Smell that, guys? That's some serious dandruff here. See those big flakes? I mean, it gets bigger, and as we go through, you know, you'll see how some of these flakes can get huge. I mean, I was trying to show you, but you'll see more. You see they get really big. I've had enormous flakes, and it just depends on, you know, how long it's caked up. Let me go with some more. Look at that. And you want to try the best to go into places where you know for a fact you can get the most dandruff out, because you don't want to fall into a trap where you wash your hair, like I said, and then there's more dandruff there. You see that? And this is what you know, dermatitis is, these large flakes that build up, and it's really the skin that's causing that, the dry skin. Now I'm gonna open up the back where we put our clip in. I'm gonna try and pull some of the hair to the side, gather some of the hair to the side. And as you can see, it's snowing. I don't know. I'll show you what my dress looks like. I wore black purposely for this video because it helps you see it a lot better. Let's see. You see that? Look at this big, huge one right here. Huge. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the back. So I'm gonna shift in my chair a little bit so you guys can see. Turn around. Okay. I'm gonna put down my ear. Let's see if I can scratch from the back. You see that? Those huge pieces. I'm gonna try and push some of this hair up so I can try and see. Look at that big piece, huge. This is where I'm most affected by it. It's in the hair so much. It's so much. I'm trying. So I'm gonna. Huge, 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 huge pieces. Sometimes I need help with the scratching process because it's so much. But nobody ever wants to help me. Either my husband, mother, none of them, they're like, they stay far away. But it's important to do this so that I don't have to contend with washing and having caked up hair. I want to show you guys. See this piece? You see that? I mean, huge pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna come back around. That's as much as I can get to show you. Please have a vacuum handy when you're doing this because you will need it. And we're gonna come back, and this is why I say your brush comes in handy, because after you've done all that tangling, if you have a lot of hair like I do, you gotta go back in and detangle this stuff so that you can do the second phase of your scratching. So, and as I brush, you can start seeing some of the flakes come to the front that was scratched, but I wasn't able to pull out with the comb. You can see that. This is why having a brush like this is so important, because I am able to then literally get whatever was left over that I didn't get out. Okay. So after I have brushed my hair, I now take my fingers and now I kind of feel around. Also get my barber. I call them barber combs because you usually see them used a lot with the men at the barber shops. These combs usually come in a barber set, you know, the male barbershop kit. So that's why I call them barber combs, because they're usually for the men. Now I'm gonna go back and you see, even though I thought I was done, just when you thought it was over, absolutely not. You got more. It's waiting to be eradicated. Just when you thought. Like these. So you just clamp right here, and that gives you the space to kind of separate the hair to go in and look to see if you find any more dandruff waiting on you. Waiting on you to be scratched. You see that? Get a zoom in on this, guys. You see this? In 2 seconds, I was able to pull this piece out. Okay. This is why you want to go in 2 and 3 times with that comb. And don't be scared to scratch it. Make it count, because it's in there. Trust me, they're in there. Just when you thought it was over. The little ones count too. Don't sleep on that. Those are the ones that when you wash your hair, you think it's over, and then you wash your hair seems so squeaky clean, and then all of a sudden you go to itch or scratch a part, and boom, you got all this dandruff coming out. And you're like, but wait a minute, I just washed my hair. Nope. So what I try to do is, you know, do as much detangling as you can. You see how much hair came out of my hair, which is not that much, but it's enough for me to, you know, make sure that I have a good detangling brush so that I'm not taking out. And I still didn't even show you the hair that was left over from my sink, but I'm gonna pull some of it out now so you can see how much hair came out. You see that? Which is not, like I said, it's not that bad, but you know, when you go through a 7 to 8 year process of, I didn't do the big chop when I was, you know, going natural. I just let my relaxer hair grow out, and You know, I definitely cried. I definitely cried when I started seeing so much of my hair coming out, but it was worth it. I will do a video which will show my hair journey from 7 years ago when I first started to now, so you guys can see, you know, the progression of my hair growth. And I'll just do a quick video and put that up so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because, you know, you guys have seen the end result, but if I told you what it took to get there. So let me show you what you want your hair to look like. You want your actual scalp to look like before it's about to be washed, okay? So before you're gonna wash your hair, after you've done your scratching, you want this. You want basically almost absolutely no, when you scratch, it's barely, you barely, like you see it clean. As if you washed your hair, but you didn't. Now, yes, of course, there's still a little dandruff on there, but it's not what we just took out. It's nowhere near where we were coming from when we started the beginning of the video. And that's what you're looking for, because like I said, if you don't do that, you'll be in a situation where you'll wash your hair thinking, oh, it's all over. And those little things are still sitting in there, waiting. And it's right there. Like, you see, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see this. You want it to be clean. And of course, you can see that there's a little bit of irritation from all the scratching. So you see the little pink. That eventually will go away. You know, you just want to basically get up all that white stuff off your scalp. Okay? Get it all off your scalp. Because even though your shampoo is going to definitely do a wonderful job of getting it up, it's not doing everything. It's definitely not doing everything. So, do your best to champion this up and get everything up. And I thank you guys for sticking around with me all this time and, you know, watching my video, because, you know, if you're still here, that means you really care about, you know, the hair care process, and you really care about watching, you know, what it's like to go through having, you know, dermatitis. And you can definitely have wonderful, healthy hair and suffer from dermatitis like I do. You know, it's funny. Some people say, oh, you know, it's because you have dermatitis why your hair grew, which is not true. But, you know, it would be cool if that was really true, because trust me, this took a long time to get my, you know, to get the hair to where I wanted it to be. And still my length is not where I want it to be, but it's, you know, it's definitely a far cry from where I started. I think I want about another 6 inches of length for me to be in a healthy space, so I can be like, okay, that's where I wanted to be. So, but I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with the length. I'm happy with the fact that I was able to stick with it, and thanks to my cousin PJ, because she's the one who encouraged me to actually start this hair care journey and start the process of no longer relaxing the hair and putting so many chemicals in the hair, thinking that I was doing a good thing by. We are fairly done. This is what it should look like in the end once I'm done. Of course, it's all over my face. The last thing I wanted to show you in this video is the fact that anywhere that has hair has dandruff. So I'm gonna get as close as possible so you guys can see that there's also dandruff in my eyebrows. And I have to do the same thing with my eyebrows. Look at that. You see that? Do you see all of that? Let me show you this one. Let me get close. I have dandruff in my eyebrows. You see how it falls on my eyelashes? Yep. Be careful, don't let it get in your eye. But anywhere I have hair is where this dandruff lies. So I have to also do the same regimen before I wash my hair to my eyebrows because I have dandruff there. Okay. Which is weird. But I mean, it is somewhere that has hair and it models after my hair, my scalp. So there you go, guys. So thank you so much for watching my channel. Please, 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 if you love the content that you saw, even if you like it, if you hate it, whatever it is, just let me know. I want you to make sure you subscribe to my channel, please, so you can get all the updates and notifications on the Dandruff Diva, as well as any questions and concerns you have for me. I will keep you updated and posted on all my hair care journey. Stay tuned for the next video where you're going to get my hair washing regimen as well as my conditioning regimen, and how we turn the straight hair that I have here into my natural curls. The coiling that I do, the twisting that I do, everything hair care and everything Dandruff Diva style. So I thank you once again. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, hit the like button right down on the bottom, and let me know if you like it or dislike it. Hey, it's all about you, and I thank you so much for watching. Love you, and keep on itching, keep on scratching. See you soon. Bye.